everybody, and welcome to Survivor with Jamie, Jack, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
I'm Jamie.
And that thing is huge.
Welcome to the show, everybody. We are here to talk about the premiere, the 2-hour premiere of season 46 of Survivor.
I found out about 9:10. I go, okay, they haven't even done a challenge yet.
Oh my God, yes.
I said,
when the
so
challenge...
I looked up, I go, that's when I put on Facebook, it's 10.
Yep. When the challenge started at 9:20, I was like, oh, I don't think this is a 90-minute episode.
Going in, I thought it was an hour and a half, but oops.
Yeah. Oops, indeed.
Oh, well.
Wrong. Just gave us more Just gave us more Jelinski time.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
He's up there in the category of worst player ever. let's just put it out there. I feel bad for the kid, but my God, he just was terrible.
Not great, Dan. Not great.
It wasn't great, but as I've already had to remind a few people, Brandon was only 1 season ago. We should not forget about Brandon.
Yeah, again, Brandon is in that mix, but Jelinski, he lost. He got voted out. The girl couldn't. She openly admitted she's not getting any sleep. She's not functioning well, and
she's like, my brain is not working at all.
I know something. Every single one of us with a form of ADHD out there was like, we feel you.
I get it.
But you don't admit it. Both of them had problems with
not for a million.
Both Jelinski. I mean, I was like going when he came back, I go, you just told him you lost your vote and you gave 2 other players 2 votes. I go, that's not going over well. I just would have said, I would have made up a story saying, yeah, I lost my vote. I don't know what they got. We had to play a game. I didn't win the game or just something like that. But in him quitting the challenge and throwing the hourglass, you don't throw glass on a beach.
That was for all the season 41 and 42 fans.
Yes.
Break it.
He was smashing. Yeah. He was breaking that hourglass for good.
Couldn't you have taken your shirts and put it around the bucket to plug the holes and pour the water in?
But then would have been heavier with the.
Well, it's better than the water leak. They had to go so far. I think it was an impossible challenge. I don't think there's any way they could have done it because the buckets didn't have holes in them. I think they could have done it, but
there's a hole in my bucket, dear.
In my bucket. But when you had to go a certain way. You couldn't go, but you can't quit because that's.
A certain listener whose name I will not mention because I don't want to have to give him credit for this.
Does it start with C and end with J?
No.
Oh.
But he did say.
Scott would start with Scott and end with Eric. No? Am I getting warmer?
Is it Got?
Oh, was it Got?
Then let's don't even talk about it.
All right, let's not.
But it makes a good point. If you look at the buckets and you look at the holes, you just had to put one bucket inside of the other bucket and it would have plugged the holes.
Yeah. Of course, that's.
And then they would have had one very usable bucket.
That's double the trips, though. I'm saying if you take off your shirt, if you take off your shirt and cover the bucket, the hole.
Yeah, but then does a shirt does it leak through the shirt and then
it's going to leak some, but
heavier?
It's not going to leak. How heavy is it going to get? It's the same.
It might be double the work, but you have 2 people that they can take turns. Like somebody can make 10 trips, and then the other person sits out for 10 trips and rests, and then the other person goes in.
Those are two big barrels.
All I know is
and they had 2.5 hours with a leaky bucket.
If they designed it as such, and obviously there was a way. I'm upstairs. I have a venue change because anyway, reasons. But we got a new kitten and she just lost her toy that she's been playing with very loudly behind me under the couch. I'm gonna mute myself and go get it out for her. You guys keep talking.
I mean, I didn't think about that, putting the bucket in one, but I just think they weren't big buckets.
Well, their Big Brother has a lot of these water challenges where you have to take this teeny tiny, spoon or cup or something, and put it into some big receptacle. And they managed to get it, but if you had your t-shirt, it'd give you something to wring out, because you could add that water to the mix. You'd have to use every single thing that you could pop.
Yeah, which is a good point. The shirt's going to be wet. You just you hold it like this from the bottom and the sides, and you carry it, dump the thing, and then you wring out this.
Wring it out.
It's actually you dip the shirt into the water and soak it.
Well,
I know.
The ridiculous thing about all of it is that regardless of how much you fill, whether you can make the challenge, you can win the challenge or not, calling it when you still had 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Was.
I mean, he was probably right that they weren't the way they were doing it. They weren't going to win.
No.
But you can't quit.
No.
Quitting puts a target on your back. And I know when you're saying about the shirt, my brother-in-law said he's done it 2 years in a row with the what's it called? The On Amazing Race, where we have all these challenges. We have to drive around an area in San Diego and find different. It's like a scavenger hunt type thing. Well, the first year we lost because Cindy picked. They had different spoons, different types, and you had to fill up this cup. And when she picked an ice cream scoop, I was like, but once you pick it, you had to do it. So what I did is I would put my left hand in and scoop with the right hand, and I'd have water in my hand.
Like a
and I'd pour it like this. It was cheating. I didn't get caught.
We picked this. Now in that race, we beat them, and we picked the right spoon.
What spoon?
I didn't pick but the next year, who won?
A ladle.
Yeah, but it was cheating.
How did we cheat?
Because he purposely disqualified us from something that should have been qualified, and that lost us.
You didn't. There's things called rules, and you got to follow the rules.
We did not follow the rules.
Well, you were just you did something that
there was a very
right.
ambiguous direction, and we interpreted it one way.
Again,
and he disqualified us.
You got to follow the rules.
Whatever.
Sometimes that's categorized as making your own rules.
Exactly.
Yeah. We never actually told you guys that
we took our time.
During the dollar store portion of that, Jay cut some dude off who was in the car with like a kid, and the guy got out of the car and gave him the finger and started yelling at him. And I was like, "This race is not worth being killed over."
That's how Jay drives normally.
It is how Jay drives normally. But he was like, "I'm sorry, it was my fault. It was my fault." But that guy was pissed, and I'd be pissed too because if my kid was in the car. But yeah, we almost had a road rage incident over over the Amazing Race.
We're gonna
over a game that you were gonna try and cheat anyway.
Row the hourglass across the beach.
Okay, if he let us get away with take a picture of a dog outside of a blah blah blah, and we had a picture of a dog on one phone that we took a picture of us with the dog on the phone, and he let that go. He was just he just wanted us to lose. Thank you very much.
He cheated on another thing.
He didn't cheat. He accepted it. That's not cheating.
That was creative problem solving.
Cheating.
Exactly.
Cheating. Anyway. Cheating.
Wasn't it over the thing that we got we lost the points over, which lost us the thing was the U-turn or something like that? No left-hand turn. And we took a picture of the sign that has the no sign, but it had to say no left-hand turns.
Yeah, kind of it's the rules, but that's okay.
That's not cheating. I mean,
I saw the same sign. I go, oh, we probably gotta get one that says no U-turn.
Yeah, well, you look at that sign and you're not allowed to make a U-turn. Feels like a no U-turn sign to me.
If you ever listen to the Amazing Race podcast with Jack and Cindy, one thing they always stress, the two hosts, you gotta read the clue because how many people get eliminated
Thank you.
For not reading the clue. Am I right?
Justice for us.
Anyone that watches the Amazing Race, they go, oh, wait, we're supposed to bring that with us? Oh, wait, we can't make up our own rules? Oh, damn. Okay, anyway.
Regardless, let's get back to Survivor here.
We are the champions.
Yeah. Mandy listens to you guys every week.
Mandy! And what do we say, Mandy, every week? Read the clues! And learn how to drive a stick shift.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like swimming on Survivor. If you don't know how to swim, that's a mistake.
All right.
Yeah.
Moving back to the show. I kind of forgot what we were talking about already.
We were talking about the buckets, but I think we covered
the buckets. Thank you. By the way, I found like 17 different toys under there, and she's only been here for 3 days. So apparently she's been busy while we're not home.
Making herself at home. Do we have a title for this premiere episode? Does it have a title?
The title was This is Where Legends Are Made.
Oh, I titled it.
That was
Jelinski's.
Jelinski.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because he was like, if I can get Jess out without casting a single vote, that's like Survivor Legend status. And I'm like, how is that Survivor Legend status? Is she a big target, a big threat? Like,
no, she's not.
No.
Exactly. So what makes you a legend in this scenario?
If you get voted out before Jess, that makes you the worst Survivor player ever.
Oh, I don't think he's the worst player ever. I mean, we've had people.
Can one have legendary status on episode 1?
No.
You could have notorious, but not legendary.
Jelinski was
Raising Race's best pod show on the network. What?
That's what I hear. That's what one of the hosts says every week.
That's what I hear.
But Jelinski was in an alliance.
The shortest show on the network, that's for sure.
And he got voted out by everyone in his alliance. That's how bad he is.
Yeah.
When you're in alliance day 1, you should at least make it to day 4.
Yeah, yes. I knew I had a feeling that he might have a difficult time in the game, just based off his interviews, but like I did not expect it was going to be because of this. Like
that he was going to be a quitter
in everything he does.
Everything.
And then tell everybody that he's in it to win it and he'll never give up.
I'll never give up again. I'm here for the finish.
I'm here for the journey in which you quit at. Oh.
There's a lot of people to like though in this.
Yeah.
Is it Bonham? How's he?
Banu.
His joy of being a U.S. His joy of being a U.S. citizen. Bana becoming a U.S. citizen. When a lot of people born in the U.S. don't want to be a U.S. citizen, it made you. I go, God, this guy couldn't wait to get here. He was proud. Of course, the first day he becomes a U.S. citizen, he wants to go on Survivor, which makes him even more of a fan favorite. But he's one of my favorites so far.
He just I like him. Joyfully jumped in. Yeah, he's ready to
fabulous energy. Yeah, oh my God, Alex. Now, Jack, can you imagine how excited Alex was when he was like, "You can eat ants"? And I was like, "No."
Unless they have chocolate on them.
Alex would eat an ant in a heartbeat. I'm not even kidding. So
sign him up. He's ready.
He would eat that, but it wouldn't eat those other crackers at the restaurant the other day.
No,
not as good as an ant. Everyone knows.
No, he ate his leftovers for dinner last night, and I was shocked at how much he had left. But he doesn't eat if he's not hungry.
He had 45 Ritz crackers.
Well, he was sitting next to you, so I was at the other end of the table. I don't know.
But anyway, but I love him. And Soda. She has to make
great.
I love her.
She has to make the jury because she will be the queen meme.
She will be. I love her.
I do like her a lot. She's fun.
Like when was it Liz that said something and she goes pointing to her like this. I was like going, oh yeah, she's got to go to at least the jury.
Yeah, I think she doesn't seem like she's probably bothering people with her bubbly personality. It was pretty great. Marianne posted on Twitter that Soda is me and Hunter is Jonathan. So maybe Hunter's a little bit like enough with the camp songs. I hated being a camp counselor. But
I also too, he's working.
Yes.
And they're just sitting around singing camp songs. That would kind of tick me up, but he handled it really well.
I like Hunter.
I loved that little dynamic too with the two of them like singing as they were putting the like building the fire and all that, because both of them mentioned Whitney Houston in their interviews, like like that their idol was like Whitney Houston, and
they sang just like Whitney Houston,
singing their songs,
singing
amazing,
along side by side. Yeah, but and Charlie and Ben failed, but they were actually funny about it. They,
they had a better attitude about it.
Yeah.
But also I can see like Q is clearly a very competitive person. And wouldn't you be if you had to compete with 17 brothers and sisters?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I like his I agreed with him 100%.
I did too. I honestly like I was halfway under the couch when you guys were talking about this a minute ago, but like and she's staring at me because she got us stuck under the couch again. Cat, I'm not going a third time. You're gonna have to wait a second.
Just vote the cat out.
Vote the cat out. No, I just got her.
This is like the toddler, like throwing their cup over the edge of their tray,
high chair.
Pretty much.
Waiting for you to pick it up again. That's the game.
Pretty much. But
I have a grandson that does that. All that in his food too. When he's done, I go, don't throw it on the floor.
Oh, Jackson.
No, Ashton.
Oh, Ashton does that?
When he's done eating, he goes, I go, stop. I will clean it up. He takes his cup, throws it over, and he looks at me like, screw you.
No, I couldn't believe they had so much time left, and they didn't even stop to be like, let's regroup and think about this.
Yeah.
That was absolutely wild to me.
No, I don't know if I would have known there was clues in there, but he would.
But it doesn't matter.
The problem is he kept chalking everything up. I think he probably covered up some of the letters to the words, didn't he?
Oh no! I didn't mean the brains one. I meant the water one.
Yeah, the water one. You have to go to the end.
Right. Like I didn't even if like they like it seemed whatever, like stop, take a break and regroup and think, okay, what's a better system that we can do?
Strategy. Yes. Yes.
And that's that's why you don't volunteer for that one.
Yes. No, the brains one, which is the savvy?
Yes.
Honestly, I couldn't even figure out what they were supposed to get. It looked like they were with the numbers, like kind of figuring it out, but like they never went back to really show us like what was quite going on. So
they did show dig under
the I don't have it written down, the lock thing.
The lock.
Okay. I must have missed that because
it's funny because they figured out like in the clue itself, like there was the word under, and they used that, like their brains connected that, they just didn't see it, scrambled. The challenge is what it was. It was fine. I thought it was more fun watching these two work together. It was very much an odd couple situation. But yeah, that I don't know, that first challenge, that savvy and I feel like we always get like a big storyline out of at least one of them in that challenge. Like last year we had Bruce.
Right.
And every single year it's like one of those challenges pulls a plot line out, and that's one of our very first cast members that we really follow in their story. So if you want TV time, then you volunteer for the challenge. But if you don't want all of that attention, good or bad, don't volunteer for any of it.
Because if you're not successful in the challenge, it puts a huge target on your back. And especially like said Jelinski when he quit, and Q was not happy. He was not happy he quit at all.
I mean, I know he wouldn't be. In his interview, he talks about, like, even if it's his own alliance member, if he finds out an alliance member is throwing a challenge, he's writing their name down. So
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. So
he's not going to have any of it. He's just not. And I don't blame him. I do think that he got that message across in Tribal he didn't seem like he was overrunning the conversation.
No.
Right. It didn't feel like he was dictating something.
No, he basically said this is when the four got together, he said, look, Jelinski has to go. He's failed at he volunteers for everything. He's failed at everything. He gave two other team members, two other people, 2 votes. I like when he said, how's this going to help us? Well, you don't know. They could work together. They go, well, it'd help you.
Well, and I love that Jess was able to, like, well, first of all, you're talking in circles and you're losing your train of thought, and you're talking about how you can't sleep and your brain isn't working. But for just a split, I thought she was going to tank her own chance. Like, I really thought she was going to. But right at the right second, she was able to look at him and go, how is that going to help us?
Yeah.
And I think that really helped seal the deal for her.
I think their minds were already made up, but I think, that if they had any doubts, because it's like, you like I said, you volunteer for the why is he jumped into the puzzle? I'm like going, and he was just like, huh? I think it was what Tiffany was yelling at him. It's right there, and he's like, huh?
What do we think about Tiffany? She seems to be like the whole tribe. Actually, nobody seems to be like a leader there yet. Like a controlling the whole thing yet. But Tiffany definitely seems like somebody who is a natural leader.
Yes. Yeah.
I think she's a person that doesn't take any. If she doesn't agree with you, she's not gonna just go with the flow. She's gonna.
Right.
Well, one thing that I really that I did learn from the few minutes we had with her is that, one, if she has a mission, she's not going to wait around on it at all, because she managed to come back to tribal after losing, get the code, solve the code, run
that was
all
amazing.
Out to the end of this island, find the key, get back, it was like right before having to go to tribal.
I'd still be trying to crack the code myself.
That's what I mean. Like, push comes to shove. She just
I love ciphers, and I'm so in awe of people that look at them and just know.
And she did say that she's really good at puzzles, but she was not going to volunteer to do them.
Yes. And I think that the lesson that we've learned from the last at least 2 seasons is don't say that you're great at the puzzles unless you can prove that you're good at puzzles.
For the love of God, don't do it. If you're really good at puzzles and everyone's all like, who's good at puzzles? Like, look the other way. And then if they try to get you to do it, be like, oh, all right, I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
I was yelling at the TV. Well, wasn't yelling at TV, but I was with the gecko challenge when they kept trying. They only had the head part over. I said, and I was saying before Jeff even said, you got to lift it from the mid, climb up there and get the stronger people in there and lift it in the middle, get it up over, then pull it over. And then Jeff goes, you're trying to pull it by the head, and it's not going to work. Well, Jeff. Anyway, but I just said, I go, what are we doing here? But anyway. It took
Colleen,
too long to realize that.
I think that you could see this too. Like, the whole time I'm watching these guys try to lift this giant gecko stuffed animal up over.
Yeah.
All I'm seeing is the toddler version of my children trying to make their beds. It was and I thought somebody was going to get hurt when it would come down, like whoever was underneath, and I'm like, oh, they're going to break their neck, like they're going home.
I think it would be cool in that kind of challenge is you have 3 geckos, but all weigh different weights, and then before they go, you get together and you draw for who instead of drawing. You go, we'll take lane number 2, we'll take lane number 1, we'll take lane number 3, and then you get there. Oh, this gecko doesn't weigh anything. To give you a huge advantage. I just thought that would, and one's the heavy one, one's medium, and one's like 20 pounds.
Yeah.
But make it, it has to be where at least they have a choice in which one to pick.
Right. So, who else stands out character wise? What do we think about Kenzie, the other member of the Purple Tribe, who is Tiffany's little titleized?
She's the queen.
She has beautiful hair and eyes.
She really does. She reminds me of she looks like an Auburn version of Carolyn. Like, that's what I kept saying. I'm like, oh,
really? I have to look at that again. I because even Ben had like bright green eyes, and I'm just like, why does everybody on Survivor have beautiful eyes? I don't understand.
I think it's part of the deal of getting on there. Just saying.
Yeah. It must be. Mandy says, would the puzzle be harder for the lighter gecko and easier for the heavy gecko?
No, it's the same puzzle.
Oh,
okay.
Well,
I mean, I guess you could do that. Whereas, okay.
No, it's just whatever team gets to, chooses.
I didn't think about that. That would Jeff would say that ahead of time. The heavier gecko has a. I love that. Now that I think about it, the heavier gecko would have the easier puzzle. The lighter gecko would have the harder puzzle. So obviously, then you have to make a decision on what you want to do. Of course, you don't. Yeah. I mean, then you would have to know ahead of time which one's the heavier one, which one's the lighter one, which one's the medium one.
And you'd have to have a pretty good idea of what the strengths and weaknesses of your tribe is as a whole. Because you got a bunch of power lifters, but they might really suck at puzzles. So
yes, so you want to take the. Yeah, I like that, Mandy. That's even better. I like that.
I like your brain, Mandy.
Mandy. I like Kenzie, but I think she's. I don't know. I think she might be a little bit too overconfident.
Yeah, I think maybe.
Did she give you Kendra vibes? Because she didn't. I expected her to give me Kendra vibes, but she didn't quite give me Kendra vibes. But it was almost like the same level of confidence, but just different.
Yes. This one, these vibes are a little bit more like. I think that she's used to being the leader bean. And I think that could really work well for her up to a certain point, or it could be a disaster. I don't know. She's not Tiffany there, though. She's making a good alliance with her personality. She's kind of got the right people there.
Well, I think that's why she caved. I think Tiffany and Q convinced her to vote Jelinski.
Yeah.
Because at first she was like, no, we got to stay strong. We got to stay strong. And for some reason, she switched her vote. So at least she fell in line. She didn't fight it.
Do you think that was the best choice, though, for the tribe overall? I think we're probably all in agreement. But do you think it was the best choice to take somebody who was tall and strong and could help in those physical moments of a challenge over somebody who wasn't knowing how to spell her name? Or
I would have voted Jess out.
You would have voted Jess out?
Because you could get rid of Jelinski anytime.
Because he was annoying.
Yeah, well, but that you can't lose. You can't be one of those tribes that you see it all the time where they lose challenge after challenge after challenge, and physicality.
They've lost twice already.
Yeah, and physicality is part of the. And Jess was saying she really wasn't functioning well in the challenges and stuff like that. So it's like, why did you volunteer to do the puzzle? I mean, both of them, because I don't think anyone else wanted to do it.
Yeah,
they were so far behind. But anyway, I would have voted Jess out just because I don't. She's admitting she's struggling. She's not sleeping. Anyone who suffers from insomnia knows that when you can't sleep,
you're useless.
Yes.
That's how it is.
And then not, like she said, and you're not eating, you're not drinking properly. She's losing her canteen. I mean, that's an issue. You can't lose your canteen. Is that new? Canteens?
I don't think so. I just don't think we've had anyone lose it. Okay. I don't think it became a storyline for any real reason.
No, I'm just saying, is that the first time they had canteens?
Surely we've seen him at some point during conversation.
I don't know, actually.
Or did they bring it up because she lost her canteen? So better show they have.
If we've seen them before, it's they're probably talking and taking a drink out of it while they're conversing or something like that.
And is this the first time that they've had bamboo ready for them?
That I don't know. That's a good point.
Only one tribe had a machete.
Yeah.
So
that's a really good point.
So I go, I don't remember them having ready-made.
Well, they're only there for a week and a half, so they have to cut out 2 days of labor for Corey. Got to do something.
Next, there'll be one of those. You've seen those houses that come and they fold open.
It's like a prefab.
Yeah, have you seen them? They're like it comes in a big box, and it's like you pull this side out, put the roof up. I told Cindy, I go,
got a nice sliding glass.
Sell our house. They're like $60,000. Find some land somewhere, they're nice houses. Boom,
yeah,
boom.
yeah.
Once you get them done, I said that's what I would get right there. So that'll be in the next one.
I have a note. I have a note here when we were talking about Soda and and the singing and the fire and stuff. With Hunter, he's kind of cracking me up on his interviews. I have Hunter's name, and then like next to it, I have / Mitchell Pritchett from Modern Family. I'm like, they're the same person. I'm like, oh my god, this is him.
That's good. Yeah,
that's really good.
That's Mitchell like the Andy Griffith Show, though.
Yes, and we got the Andy Griffith Alliance
with Tevin, right? Tevin.
What's the deal with that? That's fun.
I love the Andy Griffith Show.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the Andy Griffith. Okay, I thought of you at that point, Jack. I was like, oh my god, Jack is gonna love this.
I haven't done a rewatch in a while, but I love the Andy Griffith Show.
I cannot. That was awesome. They and the kids were like, "What is that?" And I'm like, oh, "Hey, you stop clawing the couch."
They've never seen the Andy Griffith Show.
No, when were they seen the Andy Griffith Show?
It's not even like on Afternoon Syndicate anymore. I don't think, is it? Like I haven't seen.
What are they? Chris Spacek?
I just thought that was cool, like neat little touch, adding the.
Well, you know who was a surprise for all of us because we all thought he was going to be first out is Charlie.
I like Charlie.
Yes,
I was a little surprised. He's got some social competence, and he's already found himself a sweet little alliance. And
with drummer boy, the little drummer boy.
And he's got the girls. He's got the 3 girls calling him into their alliance.
Yeah.
The 3 girls that Tim is terrified of because he's the guy this season that is ultra paranoid about an all-girls alliance.
Yeah. And he's not wrong.
Oh my god.
Everything he said was right, even when he called who called Venus Princess? Because that was a mistake. It was Tevin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And she did not like being called a princess.
No, she didn't.
I don't think Tevin has any regrets for any of the things he's ever said ever.
No.
Ever.
I like Tevin too, but yeah.
Cindy asked, she goes, is anyone famous on this year? I go, I don't know. Tevin's an actor, but I haven't seen him in anything. So
I think he's still an up and coming actor.
Okay.
Yeah, he's pushing himself into fame, baby. He's getting there.
Because he only mentioned it like 80 times. When you're acting and singing.
No, I liked him too, but I don't know how long he might be for this game. But I would appreciate seeing him, through the merge.
He's good TV.
Good TV.
There's
exactly.
really nobody.
Yes.
I mean, they pretty much showed us all. And then what was it? Who was the one? I wrote her name down.
Which one?
She has all the businesses and was bragging about her money.
Oh, Liz.
I go, Liz, shut up. And I think afterwards, after the mud challenge, she still was wearing her glasses and they were covered with mud. I go,
oh my god, they were all
when they were sitting around, and she was
forever. Go clean that.
But when they were talking about something, the Liz tribes, they were done with the challenge. I go, you can take the glasses; they're covered with mud. But anyway,
she's like my daughter. I'm telling my 9-year-old every half hour, like, put your glasses back on your face. Go wash your glasses.
She wouldn't take them off though.
Nope.
I thought Liz made a mistake when she was saying, I have 4 businesses. I sold 2 of them. And
Tevin was right there. Like when he was like, don't you get that this is about winning money? Like, why are you going to come out here and tell us how much money you have?
That's like Mandy's.
It wasn't great.
It scares me that I say the same things as Jack when watching the episode. Anyway.
Jackson Gladfelter says, not your infant grandson, Jackson Glatfilter. Tevin and Mike Bloom became friends during the interview. Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, Mike's a likable guy.
He you know what? Like, hats off to him. The interviews this year were really great. Like, he got to go to Fiji, interview them in person. It's not like the pre-recorded that we've had beforehand. And I think it was good because it kind of got the ball rolling on getting to know these people. But apparently I didn't get to understand how much of a quitter David was going to be. A bit of a regret thinking he might make it to merge, but whatever.
But I thought it was a good start. I don't think it needed to be 2 hours, but
no, I don't think. Honestly, I don't think either. And as I was talking to Jamie a minute before you got on, Jack, I feel like Tribal was actually kind of boring. Like, I don't know.
Okay, well, you only got three people that can actually vote. And I mean, is first Tribal ever like really exciting? I don't think that's, I mean, if you're going to miss
that's true
any Tribal of every season, it's got to be the first one.
And this one was, you knew who it wasn't going to be. It was going to be either Jelinski or
Jess.
There was no in between. At first, when I was first doing it, but when you see the eyes looking, when Q would, when Jelinski didn't admit, hey, I was at fault for quitting. He said, we quit. And Q was like,
we quit.
Yeah, Q was like going,
nuh-uh.
Speak for yourself, my dude.
I go, ooh, that was a mistake. You just had to own up to it. Yeah, I quit. I I figured there was no way we weren't going to complete the challenge.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. And also, like, the chucking of the hourglass probably didn't win any fans.
Well, he just, really. I mean, I'm sure there was some fancy editing going on. Not fancy, but, you know.
Right. They probably went, what are we going to do with this? I wonder if I can throw it. And there's probably a producer back there going, yes.
Right. Because it was just like, he was like, I don't know, man. We've got like 3 hours left. We're an hour into this. We're not going to make it. And it looked like he just threw the hourglass down. But yeah.
Again, but it's got glass in it. Rule number 1, you don't break glass on the beach.
Or anywhere.
Why? Because people, but especially because why? Because people are wearing no shoes on
Jack
the beach.
Is all about
They're barefoot. Rules. Well, I'm saying it's just I've been to a lot of beaches, and I've seen people get their foot cut because someone had a beer bottle.
Quick way to ruin a fun picnic.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stitches, and you don't want to have stitches on your feet.
No, you don't. That's a good call. Well, I don't know. I think we've got a lot of really fun people to watch. I think there's going to be some interesting social dynamics. I don't know. So far, I was kind of surprised by just looking at the 3 tribes. I didn't expect purple to be the losing tribe twice on first day. I really didn't see that.
I didn't either.
But we've got the orange tribe. Which one is that? It's going to be a minute before I have all their names memorized. They're killing it though. Like, they work together really well. It's those.
Well, they get along well too.
It's all those happy vibes. Yeah, their first tribal should be really
what's her name, Princess.
Don't call her Princess.
Venus.
Venus.
Yeah, Venus. Also, Venus gives away her game when there's a spider between her and an idol. So.
Yeah. I'm not a princess. Nice. Come over here and find that idol. Anyway.
I love that that's what got her busted too. Was just squealing in the jungle at a spider.
One of the nicest things Jay's ever said to me was he was like, that girl looks like a really skinny version of you. And I was like, oh my God, thank you.
You got those big eyes. You got those big, beautiful eyes.
That's a compliment.
She's a tiny little.
I think she's beautiful. I said that in the preview show.
She is. Yeah, she really is. And we didn't get to see a whole heck of a lot, but Jem, she's just so, I like her so much.
I know. And Maria, we didn't even talk about Maria.
Maria's a good. She did a great job on Zelensky.
She got David scared. Got him so scared.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
Oh, what? Oh.
Like, all she had to do was give woman authority in her eyes, and he caved.
Like, well, that was another mistake too. You never want.
She said,
especially you don't want to leave the tribe in the beginning. He volunteered to go. I go,
yeah.
No.
You got to draw straws for that. I'm gonna say,
I'm fine if you guys want to go. I wouldn't volunteer for it.
I can't remember since they did it in either franchise of Survivor that I watched, when there's a go away mission, I can't remember a single time where somebody has come back with or without something and the tribe believes them one way or the other. Yeah.
They believe Zelensky today. I'm just not good at deceiving people.
This is true. We have recognized this. Oh,
yeah, I think he should have. I think he should have just stuck with trying to deceive.
Yep,
and
stuck with it.
It's like, okay, we're not going to merge for a while. I don't want to lose my vote.
I think he was full of it. He didn't do it thinking it was going to help him down the line. He just chickened out. That's it. He was on the edge. It was shaky. He got scared.
Well, she made a good point. She goes, well, if you're lying, I'm going to tell all my tribe that you are the reason I don't have a vote. And he'll do the same thing. And he's like, not very quick on his feet.
But it's also hilarious because it's like, so what? Go tell them. Like, who cares? I'm not going to tribal with your tribe right now. Go tell them whatever you need to tell them.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you 2 votes, because he would have got 2 votes, right? If she picked the wrong person, he would have had an extra vote, right?
Yeah.
So instead of not having any vote, see, Gott and I, it's unfortunately, Gott and I agree. I hate to say that.
Zelensky, a historically bad player.
Legendary.
Not a legendary bad player.
That's where the legends are made.
Let's see. Mandy says green is the Siga tribe. I heard someone say Zigga Zig Ah tribe, like the Spice Girls Mandy song, and now I can't say the name the correct way. Well, now I can't either. Zigga Zig Ah.
Me either.
Zigga Zig Ah. Zigga Zig.
And then is Yanu purple? Yeah.
I think so. Okay. And then Sherry says, "Oh my God, is it not common sense to press the bucket against your body and use hands to cover up the holes?"
I mean, they were just.
Well, Sherry, we talked about in the beginning, which I believe Mr. Gott pointed out, that if you
don't give him credit,
put the buckets, like one bucket inside of the other one, the holes actually close because the holes weren't in the same spot. So, it might have been double the running around, but you had, somebody that could sit out at one point, if you were just doing one bucket, but you wouldn't have the holes. But why don't we
have different people don't have Zelensky doing it?
Yes. Why don't we take our
I thought it was about the way he was going on. I thought it was like into the sand. I go. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, so let's take our little commercial break right here. And then when we come back, we can do the tally of the votes and talk more about the players. All right, we're back. As we were gone, I guess real quick for feedback, Jackson Glatfelter wants to know, do we think there are any other bad players other than Zelensky?
Of course.
I think Tim is a good player, but I think he's put himself in trouble with the he's right, and he was right about Venus, and she even said, yeah, he's right, but you're making a mistake. It being right. So
yeah,
I think he
how
did.
Dare you? Yeah,
it's not a bad player. I just think he's unfortunately he's in a bad position.
And then Mandy says Liz. Yeah.
We'll see. And Jess is not a very good player right now. Now she gets some sleep and some food. Of course, what's Liz gonna eat?
That's right. Oh my God.
She can't even eat a coconut.
That's what Alex pointed out. I was like, "You're 6 and you picked this up." He was like, "Man, she's allergic to like everything."
It's like it's like she's starving to death, and they're eating steak in front of her. It was coconut. I'm like, man, you can't.
And I'm thinking about,
that is tough. It is tough.
Even the reward challenges, when they get a meal, it's usually chicken.
Yeah.
And I think she said she's allergic to chicken or something.
She said she's allergic to chicken. And I'm like,
I mean, and eggs, of course, and that's fairly common. But all the vegetables and the fruits, and I have a fair handful of vegetables and fruits that I'm allergic to. But I could still eat the coconuts. I could work my way around the Survivor menu.
If she's allergic to rice, she might as well go home now.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's
how
true.
Are you going to do this on just rice? I guess if somebody can fish. We're gonna hope someone can fish.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she's allergic to.
I feel like if you're allergic to chicken, I'd stand. There's a good chance to be allergic to fish. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a rough one, but she thinks she can do it. So more power to her.
Yeah.
It's only 20 days.
Yeah.
All right. Well. Speaking of Mandy, we actually got an email from Mandy, and she says,
Mandy!
There we go. I kind of want a 17. When we do the broadcast feedback, if we get feedback from Mandy, Shandy has to sing Mandy like you.
Excellent.
Mandy says, I kind of want a 17-foot long, 500-pound gecko. They look really cute. Love Tevin, Kenzie, Tiffany, and Mariah. Oh, Mariah. We didn't even talk about her. Yeah. She's awesome too. And she survived the Mariah curse of getting, voted out first. Good for her.
Good job. And she's super adorable. Oh my gosh. Yes. She's so cute.
Said didn't really care for Zelensky and not surprised by the vote and just so far. Hunter seems like a lot of people's winner's pick, but I didn't get much of other than he's a nice guy from the episode. Charlie is hands down her daughter Mackenzie's favorite. Aww. Thanks to the Taylor Swift talk. Never mind. There's a Kenzie on this season. That's true.
Well, luckily there was another Taylor Swift fan, so that helped him.
It was received.
There are. Yeah. I would be willing to bet that there are more than dozens of them.
Well, I'm saying that people are willing to admit it.
I think everybody is after the Eras tour. I think there are Swifties coming out of the woodwork, people that would never have admitted to it before. They're like, here's my friendship bracelet.
Wait until they find out she won the Super Bowl.
Oh my God. Can you imagine, Jeff should have, honestly, production should have worked on those friendship bracelet, immunity idol things.
Yes. Yes, our immunity bracelets.
Yes, exactly.
God doesn't like anyone arrogant.
Oh, that's ironic.
Okay. All
right. So weird.
He also predicts Q is the winner.
I like Q, but we'll see.
I feel like he could grade on a lot of people too because he's very focused, and sometimes people that are focused have a hard time gelling with their teammates, like Bruce.
And see, that's what I was worried about. So he might. All he has to do is get one person a little who does this guy think he is, and that could be it.
Yeah.
Mandy
continues.
If smart, that's what they do. Go ahead.
Yeah. Mandy continues, I feel terrible for Jess and functioning with ADHD while out there. I hope you already talked about several. Couple equals 2, few equals 3, several equals 4 or more, right? Yes. 100% yes. I would die on that hill. I would die on that hill.
Yeah. 7 specifically. 7.
Yes. And Sherry says, I had a roommate in college that was allergic to over 500 things. One of them was night air.
Wow.
I think she's air.
I remember coaching a kid in this camp that he was allergic to everything. Everything. Great kid. Someone gave him the name Bubble Boy because his mom was just so. His mom was, but he's not allergic to hockey gloves. And she goes, and hockey equipment? She goes, no. I go, huh. She goes, why? I go, because there are so many germs in hockey equipment. And seriously, I mean, if you're sweating.
A lot of sweating in there.
Yeah, and I just amazing. He was a really good kid. I saw him a few years ago. He's no longer a kid. He's no longer a kid.
Beating the odds against his 500 allergies.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. It is time now for Tally the Votes. Are we ready? This is what Sherry has been waiting for.
Oh, let's
All right.
Wait and do it next week.
Let me move over to our preseason picks. Jelensky, Jack's very first Final 3 pick is out.
Oh, you got to be kidding. I forgot I did that.
I knew you did that. I was waiting for this moment.
Oh, my God. That was a horrible pick.
Don't worry. Jamie and I also had him making the merge. So nobody gets any points for
But you lose a Final 3. That's huge.
That is huge. But you only need one.
Zero points is the direct opposite of several.
Are we picking our winners to pick and who goes home?
Yes, we are.
Woohoo!
Winners pick, baby. All right.
Well, we pick who goes home next week?
We can do it in whichever order you want.
I don't care.
There's a cat now licking my knee. Okay.
This is the weirdest euphemism I've ever heard.
Oh, got left.
But I mean, whatever. No. Whatever works.
All right. Let's land this plane, babies.
I'm going to get some sleep here. I have Jess going home next week.
You have Jess going home. I do too, if I'm going to be honest. Only because I really don't know.
It's not
I don't really have a feel for anybody else.
Okay.
What about you, Jamie?
Sure. Jess. Let's go with Jess.
Poor Jess.
Oh,
she seems like a nice person.
You know, it's funny, like watching more of, just the different whatever. Like, I bet you that my, picks for merge and pre-merge would be a lot different after watching the episode tonight.
Oh yeah, there's no way I would have had what's his name going Final 3.
Can I change my mind?
Yes, of course you can.
I'm keeping Jess. I'm putting Liz.
Oh, good call.
That's another good one, yeah. But I don't see that tribe losing.
Yep, don't know. It's a pretty good one. Pretty good tribe. Oh my gosh. Are we doing our winners?
Let's do winners.
Our winners? Okay.
Let's do winners.
I'm gonna go Maria.
Ooh,
Maria?
I like that one.
Yeah.
We like Maria.
Maria.
Yep.
That's terrible. I don't like that.
I sing that all the time. When anyone says Maria, I say, "You have nasty diarrhea, Maria."
What about you, Jamie?
It's between the Q and Tiffany. I'm gonna go with Tiffany because I can't ever agree with David and sleep well at night.
Fair enough.
He's left
before Got left, he predicted Q. I kind of want to go with Maria because I really, really like her, but it's tough.
Don't be a follower.
I know. You know what?
I'd go with Jess.
Ha 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 ha.
So you'd vote for her out, but then also make her a winner's pick. You get a point either way.
Exactly.
Oh, there we go. That's how you play it.
She could be like, what was the girl last year that came off so bad in the beginning? I probably forgot her name.
Oh, Emily,
and then just carried on because
financial analysis. Emily.
Jess is smart and she's pretty athletic, right? So she just has to get some sleep. But I don't think she makes it that far.
Mandy's winner's pick is Hunter. Jackson is Tevin. Maddie thinks it's Mariah.
Is it Mariah?
There's
Mariah. Let's just whatever.
There's Maria and there's Maria and there's Mariah.
And Mariah. There's two.
Okay, Maria was the one that got.
She's the one that.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to go with her because if you can birth 3 babies at home without anything,
that's tough.
You're a winner in my book. You're a winner in my book.
Big deal.
Jack has had several babies.
I've never had a chance to do that, so I don't know what the big deal is.
This is the first time I think we've ever had the same winner's pick, isn't it?
We all have
right?
Maria?
No. She because I kind of want to go with Soda as well, but I don't know. I'm going with Maria. I love Maria. I like her. I loved her in the preseason. We're doing it.
Go with the instincts, I say. I mean,
there we go.
Mine are terrible, but go with your instincts.
You won last year.
Yeah, well, every once in a while, something good comes of it.
Mandy backs up. She's pretty sure it's also the first time that any of us had the same winner's pick. Because usually the first time around, we don't have the same. Like, I think in season 43, 42, what did Jesse's season was 43? I think that we all had Jesse towards the end, but it wasn't like I
just like Maria. She's sociable, has a social game, physical game. Wasn't she the one carrying the thing back?
And she has carried
that big block. Mm-hmm.
And
she can
smart.
put the fear of mom into you.
But I'm not going to be a mom.
I'm not here to be a mom.
Yeah, no, and she gives me kind of like Heidi vibes in a way,
which is good because do the moms ever win?
Denise won.
Denise won. Was she a mom?
Yes, she has one daughter.
No, I mean, but was she considered the mom on the island?
I think so.
I'm saying the ones they consider the mom and they call mom, and
that's true.
They get carried. They go further.
Dawn got pretty close, and people got real mad at her.
Well, she had to show her teeth.
Oh, that was awful.
It was still the worst thing. I couldn't believe that. I was said, screw you. I don't want your vote.
That was awful. Like, I still can't get over like demeaning someone like that. Like, that's just terrible. Anyway, whatever. Okay. So there we have it, everyone. Next week's episode is also 2 hours, is the word on the street. So
it can't be. Really? The Survivor's next week. I mean, Amazing Race starts next week.
Oh, you said Amazing Race was in 2 weeks. You told me it started the week of, it was like March 11th or something. 13th. Yeah, next week is March 6th.
Oh, really? Oh, crap. Yeah. I guess we got another 2. Oh, come on.
This whole it's just messing with us.
Yeah.
It's leap year, I tell you.
It's leap year. Everybody have a good leap day tomorrow or today as you're listening to this. And I guess we'll talk to you later.
It's my sister's anniversary.
Feedback. It is your sister's anniversary. I was telling the kids that in the car when I was telling them how cool.
They've only been married for 6 years or something like that.
Yeah. Leap day birthdays are. They were like, what? Why would you want to only have your birthday every 4 years? And I was like, because you can tell people that that's your birthday. And they were like, yeah, no. And I was like, you still get presents. They couldn't wrap their heads around it. I was like, well, Aunt Tammy and Uncle Jerry, their anniversary is tomorrow.
All right, do your best, Bob Barker.
Yeah.
You read this.
Anyway, they truly could not wrap their head around it.
It's tough.
In the chat, Kidder96 wants us reminding us to help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered.
That's Bob Barker.
That's Bob Barker.
You got it.
All right. On that note, everyone, though, it is time to wrap this up.
Tally the votes.
Thank you. Yes, we did. We have 0 votes. I think this also might be the first time that we are finishing this with 0 votes. After week 1.
Clean slate.
I'm in first place and last place.
That's true. We're all tied for first and last.
For second.
All right. On that note, thank you to the patrons, especially the ones that contribute a certain level. And that would be Eckhart Rickner, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with a Planet, and the Creepy Poopy Head Mailman. Thanks, guys, so much. If you'd like to become a patron, you go to patreon.com/JNJack. If you have any feedback for us, SurvivorJJC@gmail.com. We hope you'll join us live next week, approximately 10-ish minutes after the episode is over. And yeah, other than that, thanks for listening. Let us know if you agree with any of our picks, and we'll talk to you next week. On that note, my name is Colleen.
I'm Jamie.
Jack.
Peace out, everybody.